What is going on?
お父さん、息してないよ。
Okay. Just a dream. Did she fall down?
メモしておかなくちゃ。
So, I have to write this down.
令状調査ファイル02、京県天神小学校、現在調査中。その後の経過と。
Sacred Ground Investigation File 2, K, Prefecture, Heavenly Host Elementary, currently under investigation. Further progress. What?
篠崎家の調査を進めるだけで強い霊障を受けた。体の右半分が麻痺、左鼓膜に異常、姿写真にオーブ、影響あり。
That's pretty hazardous to your health. Encountered fierce spiritual resistance while simply researching the Shinozaki estate. Right side of body paralyzed, left eardrum ringing.
数週間にわたる増毛感、吐き気、下血。
So, orbs visible on photographs. Influence confirms. Severe dizziness, nausea, bloody experience. Symptoms persist for weeks. So...
あと、悪夢を毎晩見るも追加だな。
And unrelenting nightmares on top of that.
やっぱりあそこは危険すぎるな。先生や田口さんは霊に対しての耐性がない人だから行かない方がいいかもしれない。
This really is way too dangerous for them. Kabiki and Taguchi don't know how to protect themselves from spirits. They shouldn't go at all. See, this is why you don't mess with stuff like this.
私の名前は佐江のきなほ。霊能調査で全国の心霊スポットを回り、依頼者の不安を取り除いたり、可能なものは解決したりしている。
My name is Naho Sanoki. I travel the country investigating reports of haunted locations, whatever clients feared, and doing whatever I can to help them.
私の周りには最近、ある異変が起こっていた。
Recently, strange and unpleasant things have begun happening to me.
先月調査を開始した霊場から、それまで経験したことがないほどの強力な思念体を連れてきてしまったようだ。平たく言うと、強力な怨霊。
I've been investigating a certain haunted ground for the last month and encountered a malevolent will more powerful than anything I've ever experienced.
現地から持ち帰ってきた呪術用の片白。これがきっと強く作用しているんだと思う。
I attributed this to the paper doll I brought back with me of the sort commonly used in curses. No doubt a bad idea, but invaluable for research.
さっきファミレスでさやかにラジオに出ないって誘われた時、私が迷ったのはこれが原因。
This is the reason I hesitated when Sayaka asked me to be on a radio show at the restaurant earlier.
霊にまつわる怪談話は霊を刺激する。
Ghost stories can actually provoke the spirits involved in them.
私の周りにつきまとっているそれが、さやかに影響してしまわないかと懸念していたの。
I was afraid that whatever entity had latched on to me might have some negative effect on Sayaka as well.
ただこの霊は、私の体調をむちゃくちゃにしてくれている以外は、外に向かって影響を与えたことがないし。
Fortunately, aside from wreaking havoc on my physiology, this spirit didn't seem to be affecting those around me in any way.
私が抑え込んでやれば、さやかのラジオもきっと大丈夫だと思う。
So, if I could just keep it under control, I was certain my appearance on Sayaka's radio show would go off without a hitch.
あれ、先生。
Kibiki.
キッチン直行で水を飲みに行ったから気づかなかったけれど、リビングのソファーで 響先生が眠っていた。
I got into the kitchen for a glass of water, and though I hadn't noticed on my way down, I saw Kibiki fast asleep on the living room sofa as I headed back.
先生、風邪ひいちゃいますよ。先生。
Kibiki, you're going to catch a cold down here, you know? Kibiki? Just throw a blanket on him. He'll be fine in the morning.
よく眠ってる。先生、かわいい。
Sound asleep. Oh, Kibiki, you're so cute. Hehe.
先生、昨日徹夜だったから、きっとお昼まで寝てるな。
Kibiki had pulled an all-nighter last night, so I was pretty sure he'd sleep well into the afternoon.
よいしょ。暖かいでしょ、先生。この毛布。
Uh-oh.
いい夢見てくださいね。
Huh. There we go. A nice warm blanket for you. Sweet dreams.
心霊調査は危険。いろんな人に深入りしないようにって忠告される。どうしてこんなことをするかというと、すべてはそう。先生のため。
Spirit research is a decidedly dangerous field. Numerous people had warned me not to get into deep, so why did I do it? For Kibiki, of course.
私の調査の力を使うことで、先生の怪奇小説のお仕事がはかどるなら、先生の面白い作品がたくさん世に生み出されるなら、私は何だってできる。
If Kibiki could make progress on his occult novel through my research, if he could succeed in all his endeavors, then no price would be too high. I felt... Sorry, a fly just flew past my face.
先生が褒めてくれるなら、私は全てを犠牲にしたっていい。
For his respect and admiration, I'd happily sacrifice anything and anyone. Oh boy.
やっぱり先生と田口さんだけで天神小学校へは行かせられないな。危ないもの。
Yeah.
私もついていこう。
Yeah, it's definitely too dangerous to send Kibiki and Taguchi to Heavenly Hosts by themselves. I'll have to make sure I go with them.
先生の毛布を肩までかけ直して部屋に戻る。私が学校に行く時もまだ眠っていると思うから、置き手紙をしておくことに決めた。
I tucked Kibiki in and returned to my room, realizing he'd still be asleep when I left for school. I decided to write him a note.
先生は逆に私のことを心配して田口さんと2人だけで天神小に行くって言ってくれている。
Just as I was concerned for him, Kibiki was worried about putting me in danger as well, stating his prior intent to go to Heavenly Hosts with Taguchi instead.
その優しい思いやりに、私は今まで2人だけだと余計危ないとは言い出せずにいたの。
I was so flattered by his consideration that I just didn't have the heart to lecture him about how ludicrously bad an idea that was.
先生へ、
Let's see, to my dear mentor.
時刻は午前11時になりました。最新ニュースをお伝えします。
The time is now 11 in the morning. Here's the latest news of the day.
東京新宿駅東南口のエスカレーター下広場で起こった女学生死体遺棄事件につきまして、
The body of a schoolgirl was discovered in the plaza near the escalators at the southeast exit to Tokyo's Shinjuku Station.
おはよう、ナオ君。君の見つけてくれた天神町に伝わる都市伝説だ
Good
が。
morning, Naho. I wanted to talk to you about that Tenjin urban legend you found.
君に危険があってはと思うので、やはり私たちだけで。
I really think it may be a bit too dangerous to bring you along, so Taguchi and I should probably go by ourselves.
いないのか。そういえば今日は珍しく学校へ行くと言っていたか。
Huh? She's not here. Come to think of it, she did say she'd be going to school today, which is rather unlike her.
相変わらず綺麗に使っているな。私の書斎とは大違いだ。
As usual, everything's in perfect order in this room, like night and day compared to my study.
机の上に書き置きがある。
What's this? A note?
先生へ、先生のためなら全然動けます。
So, To my dear mentor, for you I'll go to any lengths.
天神町で行った調査のまとめを検討しますと、多分例の方法を逆打ちすることで帰って来られると思います。
Wait, what? Did I say the thing? Okay, to my mentor, for you I'll go to any lengths. Based on my findings from old Tenjin Town records, I feel more confident that it is possible to return from the school using the escape plan we discussed.
例に対する耐性を持たない先生と田口さんだけでは、あの学校は危険だと思うので。
But you and Taguchi don't have the ability to resist spirits like I do. It would be far too dangerous in there for just the two of you.
今日、学校から帰ったら、やはり私も一緒に篠崎幸子のおまじないを行います。
So when I get home from school today, I'll be joining you in performing the charm of Sachiko Shinozaki.
本当に成功するかどうか、低めの確率ですけれど、うまく潜入できれば、きっといいネタゲットできますよね。
I don't hold out much for hope for our success, but if it works, you're seriously going to get the scoop to end all scoops.
先生のお仕事、第3回も編集部が評価してくれたら、美味しいもの食べさせてね。
If I can help make lightning strike a third time for you with your editorial department, then you totally owe me dinner. Naho.
ありがとう、ナオ君。だがやはり君を私の仕事のためにこれ以上危険な目に遭わせるわけにはいかないよ。
Thank you, Naho, but I really can't allow you to put yourself in danger like that.
逆打ちの方法は分かっている。天神小学校へは私が田口君と2人で行ってみるから、君は切符を待っていてくれ。
Shit. You know what I just realized? Which didn't even dawn on me from the first game? Like, minimum you need 2 people to perform the ritual in order for it to work. Oh no. Naho. Naho, you didn't. I know the escape plan. I'm gonna go with trusty old Taguchi and you're gonna wait for us here.
返事の置き手紙でも書いておくかな。
I guess I should write her a note to that effect. Good morning, Mr. Kibiki. Are you awake?
彼も気合十分だな。よし、行くか。
Well, he's full of spirit today. Perfect. Then let's not waste any more time.
午前の収録が終わってすぐに学校に来たんだけど、お昼休みの時間になっちゃった。案の定、クラスにはナホちゃんの姿はなかった。
I went to school as soon as I finished my morning recording session, but by then it was already lunchtime and Naho had skipped class as usual.
でも、私は知ってるんだ。普段仕事でめったに出てこないあの子が、クラスメートの喧騒を避けて、昼休みにいつもいる場所を。
But I knew where to find her. Work may have kept her out of school most of the time, but when she did come, there was one spot she always chose for lunch.
なぜかってそれは私もいつも同じ場所に行くから。
She liked to get away from the noisy classrooms to eat in peace, and I knew this because, well, I did too. This wasn't just her spot, but mine as well.
先生に見つかったら怒られそうだけど。
We'd probably get in trouble if a teacher ever found us there, though.
扉の鍵が壊れてて屋上に出れちゃうんだよね。いい風、気持ちいいな、日差し。
See, the lock on the door leading to the school roof just happened to be broken, so, what a nice breeze. And that sunlight, too. Absolutely magical.
校舎と校舎の間に転落防止用のフェンスがある。あんまり高くないから余裕で越えられちゃうのよね。
There was a fence between the buildings to prevent students from falling, but it wasn't very high, so getting over it was a fairly simple task. Oh my goodness.
風にも負けず余裕で乗り越える。下を見るとちょっと怖いけど、ここを越えるといい日陰の場所があるのよね。
I crossed the gap mindful of any stray gusts of wind. The best shade was on that side, so as long as I didn't look down, it was well worth the effort.
あ、いたいた。なほた
ー And there she is! Oh, Naho!
その場所にやっぱりなほちゃんはいた。
So, as expected, she was nestled right into her usual spot.
お昼休みの学校の屋上で紙パックを加えて読書にふける女子高生。
The sight was positively picturesque. A high school girl all tucked away on the school roof, nose buried in a book with a nondescript paper dust jacket.
この子がやると何でも絵になるな。
I swear you could just paint any moment of this girl's life and it would make a fine portrait. 昨日結構遅くなったけど大丈夫だった？ Sayaka, hey there. Sorry to keep you out so late last night. Hope your family wasn't mad at you or anything.
大丈夫。怒られなかったぜ。
Nope, no problems at all. They were A-okay with it.
おお、手なずけてるね、親。
Seems you've trained them well.
口悪い。昨日借りた先生の作品すごいんだけど。
So what are you implying? So hey, that book from Mr. Kabiki you lent me yesterday? Freaking awesome!
でしょ？引っ張られるでしょ？
Right, didn't it just totally suck you in?
最初の殺人現場、森林描写のまくしたてとか大好き。気が狂ってるよね、あの主人公。
I love how it goes on with the psychological descriptions of the first murder case. That protagonist is totally nutso.
現場の移動中に読み始めちゃったからテンション上げ直すの大変だったけどね。続き読むの楽しみだよ。
Yeah, I wish I hadn't been reading it in bits and pieces during my work commute though. Kinda took away from the tension, but I can't wait to read more.
読んでみて。あ、そうだ。昨日借りたトゥインクルの CD もやばかった。もう死ぬ。
Yeah, just keep at it. It's gonna blow your mind. Oh yeah, and that Twinkle CD you lent me? To die for. Seriously.
ほんと？よかった。ライブの曲いっぱい入ってたでしょ？トゥインクルはね、PV がまたいいのよ。
Really? Awesome! I'll bet you recognized a bunch of those songs from the concert, right? You should check out some of their music videos sometime too.
携帯に入ってるかな？入ってないや。今度見せるよ。
So, maybe I've got one on my phone that I could show you now. Nope, guess not. I'll have to give you a rain check on that.
歌ってみたやったらウケるかな？
I wonder if there's any good fan-made ones.
いいね。超見るよ私も。
So, oh, good call. If there are, I totally want to see.
鳴った。
The bell.
もう1時か。じゃあ私またちょっと打ち合わせに行ってくるわ。
1 o'clock already? Well, I've got an appointment I can't miss, I'm afraid.
なほた、今日放課後収録よろしくね。5時半に東新宿だから。
Guess
4時に校門前待ち合わせでいいかな。
Guess I'll see you after school for recording. It's at 5:30 in East Shinjuku, so we should probably meet at 4 behind the school gate.
オッケー、ナイス校門。
Okay, you said behind the gate.
そこ繰り返さなくていいよ。
Really? What are you, 5?
なほちゃんは相変わらずのテンションだ。今日の収録もきっと楽しくなるぞ。
Naho was cool as a cucumber, just like always. Today's recording was sure going to be a blast.
しつこいな。
So, this one's persistent, I'll give her that.
滑血？嘘でしょ。まさかこの呪い細胞にまで影響を与える類じゃん。
Ugh, blood? Really? Is this curse honestly affecting me all the way down to the cellular level? Bleh. Seriously, how long are you planning on haunting me? Well, that's not good.
皆さんこんばんは。大梅さやかのラブブレイバー、今夜も始まりましたよ。イエーイ。
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's installment of Sayaka's Love's Braver. The night don't start till I pour out my heart. What?
張り切っていきましょう。そうそう、今日はね、私学校に行ったの。友達に会いに。
So let's get pouring, shall we? You'll never guess where I went today. I went to school to meet up with a friend, actually.
久しぶりにリラックスできたよ。めっちゃ喋ってきた。めっちゃ喋った。
It was the first time in a while I could just kick back and relax, and we talked forever, like forever.
あ、勉強もしに。
But, of course, the real reason I went was to learn stuff and junk, of course. Haha.
なんかスタッフが受けてる。なんで
？They're laughing at me in the control booth. What's going on in there, fellas? Huh?
大上が学校に行く絵が面白い？
The thought of Sayaka actually going to school is hilarious?
いや、行くよ、行くだろ。私だってみんなと同じ高校生なんだから。
So, hey, come on. I go to school. I do. I'm a high school student just like everybody else my age.
笑うな。受けてるって意味か。クスクス笑いもやめろ。気を使うな。
Don't laugh. You're trying to say I'm too old? Too cool for school? Seriously, stop it. You're gonna give me a complex.
おかしいな。学校っていいねって言いたかったのに、どうしてこうなった？
So, some days you just can't win, you know? All I wanted to do was say how great school is, and look what happened. I'm a laughingstock.
まあいいや。では、今夜も30分、じっくりお付き合いください。
Well,
ブレイバー
well, I'm glad you guys are having fun at least. Let's enjoy our half hour together tonight to the fullest. Braver!
さやかのパーソナリティぶりはさすがだった。プロの仕事を目の当たりにすると、私の気も引き締まる。
Sayaka's on-air personality was incredible. I was absolutely listening to a pro at work, and she had me hooked from the moment the show began.
はい、前慣れいただきました。サイノキさん、どうぞブースへ。
Okay, that wraps up the intro. Miss Sanoki, Sayoki, whatever. Please head into the booth. For some reason, I forgot how to say her name.
ゲストの私が招かれる。収録ブースに入ると、さやかがマイクの向かいに座って手を振っていた。
It was my turn now as guest speaker when I entered the recording booth. Sayaka sat facing her mic and waved me over. Hey, girlfriend!
手を振るさやかに笑顔を返して、用意されたマイクの前の椅子に座ろうとした。
So,
が、なんだろう、違和感を感じる。
I returned Sayaka's cheery smile and sat myself in front of the guest mic that had been prepared for me, but something felt wrong, very, very wrong. Oh. Oh, that's not cool, man. No, that's not cool. That is not. No. Stop.
どうしたの？
Huh? What's the matter? There's totally not a creepy, like, dead girl, like, sitting in the corner or anything.
なんでもないよ。フラフラしちゃった。
What the heck? Did, like, Pyramid Head just, like, walked by or something? Like, what? Oh, it's nothing. I just felt dizzy for a second.
カメラもあるから、可愛い顔で行こうぜ。
Well, the camera's on you now, so wear your cutest face, okay? I thought it was radio.
了解。キリ。
Roger that.
この子、篠崎家の調査資料にあった篠崎の一人娘、幸子だ。
Go.
最近付きまとっていたのはこの子だったの
Go
ね。
away. She's like the grudge. She won't go away. She won't go away until you're dead. This child was the daughter mentioned in my research in the Shinozaki family. This was Sachiko. She is the one who attached herself to me.
幸子の目は真っ黒で、黒目がどこにあるかわからない。微動だにしないが、息を殺してこちらを見ているのが伝わってくる。
Her eyes were black and hollow, with no discernible pupils at all. She sat utterly motionless, but I knew she was watching me, waiting, biding her time.
体中の毛が逆立ち、頭に血、喉に胃液が逆流し始める。やはり篠崎家の呪いは強すぎる。私の力じゃコントロールできない。
My hair stood... Can we please change the picture? My hair stood on end. Blood rushed to my head, and bile surged into my throat. The Shinozaki curse was far too powerful. I couldn't suppress it.
さやかは見えていないんだ。いけない。収録機器に影響が出ないようにしなくては。
And it was clear Sayaka couldn't see her. This is bad. I had to be careful not to let Sachiko interfere with the recording equipment. Okay.
では回します。企画お便りから。
Okay, we're back. Start with the listener mail.
さて皆さんお待ちかね。今週のやってみたコーナーは
So, alright folks, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. The topic of this week's Try to Do a Thing workshop is...
変えていいですかさダメもう
Oh, can I go home now, please? What do you mean no? Oh, come on, be a sport.
仕方ないな。今週はそう階段やってみたです。
Guess there's nothing I could do about it. This week's topic is, that's right, try to tell a scary story. Yikes.
ああ、もうやだって言ったのに。なんでみんないっぱいメール送ってくんの。過去最高くらい来てるんだけど。
Man, I told you all I didn't want to do this one. So why'd you guys send in so many responses? We actually received a record amount.
それでね、こんなの私一人じゃやってらんないので、今日はゲストの方をお招きしております。
Far too many to tackle by myself, so I've invited a guest to help me out. Haha.
スタッフ拍手早いよ。さて、ゲストは誰なんでしょうか。ってみんなもう分かってるかな。あの方です。
Don't run the applause just yet. I haven't even said who it is. Or has everyone already guessed? Because it's totally who you think it is.
作家にして心霊調査のプロフェッショナル、美人であり頭脳明晰、女子高生霊能作家の佐榎木奈穂さん。
The pro with the know-how, spirit investigator extraordinaire, as beautiful as she is brainy. It's high school paranormalist Naho Sadoki.
Yay! Naho time!
Give it up for Naho!
こんにちは。
Good morning or evening? I'm gonna say good evening.
来てくれてありがとう。
Thanks so much for coming.
いえ、お招きいただき光栄です。
No, thank you. It's an honor to have been invited.
おお、どうですこの佇まい。しっとりしてて素敵でしょ。ね。
Oh, how about that, everyone? So mellow, so modest. Isn't she just the bee's knees, even though nobody says that phrase anymore?
なほたんはね、私とは実は学校が一緒で、クラスも一緒でね。
Naho and I actually go to the same school. We're even in the same class. Isn't that right?
よく遊んでる仲良しなんだけど、もうね、それを知ってる方から前々から来ていたんですよ。なほたんゲストまだって。
We hang out a lot, in fact. Some of you clearly knew that, and have been outright demanding that Naho make a guest appearance for quite some time now.
叶えてやったよ。喜んでね。
Well, your wish is my command. My pleasure, in fact.
まあね、一番喜んでるのは私だったりするんだけど。
I think I may even be more thrilled to have her here than you guys.
今回は怪談特集ということで、専門家のコメントをいただければと思ってます。なおさん、先に悪霊に向かってガツンと言ってやってください。
Anyway, given today's theme, Naho seemed the perfect guest. So, care to get us started with some choice words for any evil spirits that may be listening? Oh boy.
常世の狭間で震えなさい。7つの星のもとに。
Tremble on the border between this life and the next, under my 7 stars.
決め台詞来たー！テンション上がってきたよー！
That's what I'm talking about. Those ghosties have got to be shivering in their ethereal booties after hearing something like that.
では早速お便りを読んでいきましょう。東京都 M 市のラジオネーム、なぎじゅんぺいさんからの怖い話。
So let's get right to the listener letters, shall we? Here's a scary story from one Junpei. Junpei? Polonia? No. They did not. Junpei Nagi of M City in Tokyo.
経験上、今までほとんどの霊障はこちらの条例力で少しずつ引いていくものだったけれど、この例に関しては逆のようだ。
I don't like the switching back and forth to like happy fun time to her. In my experience, adverse spiritual manifestations from my research had always been easy enough to keep at bay with my powers, but this one was different.